My name is December James. I'm the voice of the saint and sinner. I speak for followers of Christ who fall short, still show up, and still choose him. Not because we're perfect, but because he is. And this is my testimony. Fast forward from there a little bit. I graduate from Largo. I wind up making it out by the grace of God and by the hair on my chinny chin chin. I graduate, I get my diploma. Cool. And so now I'm fully entrenched in all the things. Getting high, getting drunk, being promiscuous, being violent, outside with it, wilding. I'm 18 at this point, and my father actually helps me to get a job where he's working, which is Verizon. I get this job at 18 years old, 2007, making $52,000 a year. Man, oh man. Such good money back then. It was such good money. Oh, it was such good money. I remember just feeling like the world is mine. You know, it was that kind of feeling like the world is mine. I can do whatever. Because mind you, I'm 18. I'm living with my parents. I don't really have any true responsibility at this time. And I'm making 52 grand a year. Like I'm making more than some grown-ups I knew at that point in time, you know? And I'm just a kid. I'm 18. But it was off to the races of the fun and gun offense. So now, mind you, this lifestyle that I'm already in, I'm already using drugs. I'm already being promiscuous. I'm already in crowds that I shouldn't be in. I'm already doing things I shouldn't be doing. I'm already out there, right? And also in this time, so distant from God. This is when church, the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back, that led me completely away from church and completely away from the Lord. I gone to church one Sunday. There was one of the youth there. He was speaking. His parents were pretty important in the church. And he was speaking to all the youth in the church, and he was preaching about how we got to be on fire for God and how the youth got to take their walk serious and how we got to do this and we got to do that and we got to do this and we got to do that and we can't be playing with God and this, that, and the third. We can't be out here sinning and whoop, 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 the bam, right? And so I remember the word that he was speaking was actually resonating with me in a way. You know, I was like, bro got a point. I do be out here wilding because, mind you, my Monday through Saturday used to be outrageous, and then I would go to church like everybody else because this is what I presumed everybody else to be doing anyway, was that we gonna come in here on Sunday, we gonna dress up in our ones and twos, and we gonna play church, and then we gonna leave from here and go do all the stuff that we want to do. And so I had fallen into the same thing. I'm like, all right, this is what we do. This is what we do. This is what it is. Cool. I remember him going on this whole rant soliloquy about the youth got to be on fire for God. The youth got to be on fire for God. Woo, 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 woo. And I felt that conviction in my spirit. What I know now is conviction. And then 2 days later, 2 days later, I see this very same person around my neighborhood doing the exact same thing that I was doing. Getting high, out of his mind. And it brought back that question. Is this real? But now it went from, is this real? To this ain't real. It's like, this ain't real. This ain't real. Because if he out here doing what I do, then this ain't real. Nah, this ain't real. Can't be. There's no way that this guy, is out here doing what I'm doing. when his mother is who his mother is in the church, and he's doing what he's doing, and then he was with another guy whose parents were pretty important in the church, and he's doing what he's doing, and they doing it together, and they do what I do. But they be in church talking about we got to be on fire for God. And the only thing they on fire for is weed. And I was just like, oh, this ain't real. We really is out here playing the game. Oh, I'm good then. I'm done. I'm good on church. I'm cool. I'm good on it. I'm good on it. I'm good on it. Good on it. I'm cool. I'm cool. Good on it. I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm good. And so at this point, the drift is in full swing. I don't want nothing to do with church. I don't want nothing to do with God. I don't want to hear about it. Don't talk to me about it because everybody playing anyway. And so, mind you, at this point, I'm 18. I just got this job at Verizon, making $52,000 a year. And then I get introduced to doing security, baby. And I know you're probably thinking, what's so bad about doing security? Like, it's just security. I wasn't just doing security. I was doing security at a strip club. And just to be frank, that strip club was literally the devil's playground. Once again, in a place where whatever you're looking to get into, you can get into it. I started doing security at the strip club. Mind you, this place was open 7 days a week from probably about 8 at night to 7 in the morning. And I would be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every week. Every Thursday, every Friday, every Saturday of every week. And I would be there all night long. At this point in life, mind you, I got money now. I can have fun. I can play with the big dogs. So I'm smoking more weed than ever. Drinking way more liquor than ever. I mean, I used to get punished at this club. I started experimenting with pills at this point. Ecstasy, to be exact. Very promiscuous at this point in my life. Very, 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 very promiscuous. And not just promiscuous, but promiscuous with these dancers at this club. Yeah, wildin'. In this season, I get linked with some people. And because, I was making so much money outside of what we was doing security. Mind you, I didn't have to do security at all. Like, I had more than enough money. I had no really need or reason to do security. It was just something to do. And at this club doing security, we had a heightened level of presence, which gave us a heightened level of access. And so we could really do whatever we wanted to do. And whatever we wanted to get into, we could get into. And I got into it. Like I said, get connected with certain people. And because I already got money, and I'm in this place of looking for somewhere to belong, looking for love, looking for a community. I won't say I bought community, but I took care of a lot of people. And in return, a lot of those people took advantage of me. I spent a lot of money, threw a lot of money. I know it's quite a few dancers. I for sure paid their bills on many a night. It's like I would go to the strip club. Mind you, we're supposed to be doing security. And I would go in there and throw 400 or 500 in a night. And then come back the next night and throw another 3. Just because I had the money and I wasn't hurting for nothing. Because I had this job with no responsibility for real. That season would go on and I would really fall deep into all the things, the drug abuse, the women, the lifestyle. And I would witness so much at this club, so much violence. I witnessed so much violence at this club. I've seen people get beat up. I remember one night, it was just one guy, he came in there being disrespectful. And when I say they beat that man around all 4 corners of this club and out the door, it was bad, man. It was bad. He probably got hit by 85% of the people in that club that night. It was bad. It was bad. But yeah, I seen people get beat up. I seen people get stabbed. People get robbed. I seen somebody get shot. A couple people actually get shot. I would see girls get taken advantage of. Girls get robbed. I seen one girl get tossed around the club like a literal rag doll. It was bad. Girls fighting each other, of course. I even had a close friend of mine who got unalived at the club one night, literally like 15, 20 minutes after I left. That one hurt. Yeah, God bless his soul. I experienced so much and I fell deep, deep, deep into that lifestyle. So deep, so deep, so deep. And I had an affinity for several women that worked there. And there was this one woman who worked there, and man, I grew so fond of her. So fond that we actually wound up in a relationship. And so fond that I actually allowed her to convince me to move out of the lush, lavish suburbs of Largo, Maryland into the harsh hood of Capitol Heights. And we got a place together. Well, I got a place and she came and lived with me. I was so far from anything that anybody could tell me at this point in my life, because in my mind, I finally found what I was looking for, which was this love and this attention and this acceptance and this community. And in hindsight, looking back on it, I realized just how deep I was in the devil's playground. Like on a nightly basis, I'm shoulder to shoulder with demons. And I remember after getting with this woman and we get in this place, and I remember starting to retract from the club and from that lifestyle, but she wasn't, because now it was even more feasible and comfortable for her to be in that lifestyle because she didn't have to worry about, paying no bills or nothing, because I've always been the type where like, I'm gonna pay the bills, like don't worry about nothing. So she was falling deeper into it and I was trying to kind of back out of it. And so fast forward, I lose my job at Verizon. I wound up having to move back in with my parents. And over the next, I say like 3 or 4 months, me and the girl, we wound up breaking up. I guess I just wasn't as appealing anymore without the money, and the lifestyle. God's engineering for real. I say it was God's engineering because the things that I was planning to do were so far out of alignment. So I had this grand plan that I was going to move to Atlanta, and I found this piece of land, 2.2 acres, for $75,000. There was already a 4-bedroom house on the property. And I wasn't just going to move down there. I was going to move down there and start a drug empire. So I thought. When I tell you I was lunching, I was lunching. And so I feel like God stripped me of that job and stripped me of that whole situation because it was like, no, 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 no. If I let him do that, no, 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 he's gonna be too far gone. And I would have been. I probably would have been sharing this testimony from somebody's penitentiary right now because I was that far gone. I was tripping. I really was. So I know that was God's engineering of stripping me of that job and dialing me back. So like I said, I wound up moving back in with my parents, but I don't fully hit rock bottom because of this beautiful thing called unemployment. And because of the amount of money I was making at the time, I got the full max benefit, max payout. So I still had a little money to play with. Mind you, I'm back living with my parents now. So responsibility is back out the window and I'm able to still, have fun. But in this season, I'm not in the strip club scene anymore, but I'm still outside. I'm still having fun. I'm still doing drugs. I'm still partying. I'm still being promiscuous. I'm still outside. And in being outside, still in search of this love and this attention and this community and dealing with all these seeds of inadequacy that I felt throughout my life, coming off of this relationship that didn't work out and that compounding the feeling of inadequacy once again. I was outside with it and I was wilding. I was wilding for a while. And this went on for a couple years where I was just, bugging out and still allowing people to take advantage of me, still taking care of people, even without a job. I'm on unemployment, and then I would take my unemployment money and put it in a few places and make a little more money. And I was taking care of people, still allowing myself to be taken advantage of just because I wanted love and I wanted attention and I wanted community and I wanted to feel like I belonged to something. And because I felt needed, I confused the feeling of being needed for love and belonging. And yeah. So fast forward a little bit from that season, I get reacquainted with this girl that I knew from high school. And we was always fond of each other. We had never really crossed any lines, but we was always fond of each other back in high school. And at this point, the opportunity had presented itself for us to be together. And so I embarked on it. Mind you, when I connected with her, I had a girlfriend at the time, but we wasn't really eye to eye. And I really wasn't feeling her like that. And so before I was even completely done there, I jumped into this situation with this other young lady. And she had a kid. I love that kid. Even to this day, still, I love that kid. He was one at the time. And what I'll say is that he grew me up. He really did grow me up. He calmed me down and he grew me up a bit because I realized very early on that he was looking to me for something. And in that, I wanted to, be that father figure, that role model, that person he could look to and he could depend on in that role, right? And in that also gave me that sense of belonging, that sense of love, and that sense of attention, that sense of need, desire for me. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody needs me, somebody wants me around, somebody loves me, somebody, I felt like in a way I'm finally enough for something, right? I would go on this long journey with this girl and with her child. And while I love the kid, he grew me up, me and his mom wasn't always on the same page. Things weren't always on the up and up. And I would come to find out later that, she had her dealings outside of the relationship. And learning that brought back those feelings of not feeling like I was enough, not being good enough, not adequate, not enough, even with helping her raise this child of hers. And, that was my guy. Like, he really calmed me down. He got me to kind of slow down on what I was doing outside, and really take life a bit more serious. But mind you, I'm still distant from God. I'm still distant. I'm still not having my own personal relationship with the Lord at this point. I would pray here and there. I definitely wasn't reading my Bible. I for sure wasn't going to church. I would go to church like here and there with the girl and her family, but I wasn't being discipled. Just wasn't thinking about it like that. We was together for about 5 years, and I watched this kid grow up, and I would help raise him, taught him how to like tie a shoe and all types of stuff. Like, that was my guy. Like, that was my dog. Shout out to him. And when me and his mom broke up, one of the most painful things in my life, the relationship between me and him was severed like that. I wasn't allowed to see him. Couldn't spend no time with him. The last time I seen him was actually his 6th birthday. And I never saw him again after that day. Like, literally never saw him again. Like, to this day, I've never seen him again. I've seen pictures of him, but I've never physically seen him like in the flesh ever again since that day. And honestly, I fell into a deep depression after that. Nobody really knew because I didn't speak on it at all. But I started to smoke more, drink more. But at this point, I wasn't in a party mode. It was more like a to myself type thing. And so, but yeah, I was really hurt behind that. Like, really, 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 really hurt. What I know now is that was God actually preparing me for fatherhood so I could get a taste of what it was like to raise a child, and a boy at that. Um, it's funny because my oldest son reminds me of him. Like, it's weird, but he reminds me of him sometimes. I'm just like, man, like, this is cool. But yeah, I know now that God was preparing me for fatherhood. And so, like I said, I fell into this deep depression, and I was in this pain, and once again feeling not enough, not good enough, not worthy, just not enough. Just feeling inadequate, feeling like just not enough, feeling abandoned again, feeling lonely, feeling disregarded once again. And so it led me into this season where, I'm going to be real with you, I tried to bone the pain away. I really did. I was outside with it. I was trying to tag anything that was moving. I found myself laying with women that, I don't want to sound arrogant and say like they wasn't on my level, but just women I had no business laying with, like lowering my stock for real, just trying to, like I said, bone the pain away. Like, I was really trying to sex the pain away, smoke the pain away, drink the pain away, peel the pain away. Like, I was anything I could do to try to not feel that pain that I was feeling at that time, I was trying to do it. I had a lot of pain from the breakup. Then, of course, you know what I'm saying, that relationship with the kid being severed like that, and me not even being allowed to have any type of communication or contact with him. Like, it hurt. It hurt a lot. It hurt a lot. It took me a long time to, you know what I'm saying, get past that and process that. And yeah, that was one of the darkest seasons of my life, I'll say. Even with all the fun I pretended to be having, it was a very, very, very dark season for me in that point in time.